the King of Staten Island shit. Me and Pete had already been buddies.
Like, oh, the police are here. I went back under.
Oh, shit.
It's so faint because it's in your ass.
God, you're so dumb.
I wasn't voguing, you jackass. I was spinning on my head. I was body's happy that mama done made them biscuits.
All right, I guess we come in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, I want them one more sip. Welcome back to the Picky Boys podcast.
The Picky Boys podcast. Here we are.
We have a new face today, but first go around.
I'm Danny.
Gotta grab something. I forgot this. Oh.
I'm Derek.
JT.
Now, I'm Antonio. Let's start this picnic.
Derek Gaines in the building.
What's happening? How you doing? A lot of ice in that drink.
Not a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. That's why.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's very refreshing. How we doing, fellas? What's going on?
No, we're doing good.
Pretty good.
Quite the trek out here, huh?
Yeah. You know, feels like the beginning of some strange Tarantino flick. I'll go with it. I was like, okay, strange little neighborhood. You know, Queens is always fucking with me with this the same number, but three different.
Yeah.
Maybe 30th Place, or 74th Street, and 90th Avenue. Like it's weird.
They pretend to be a grid. It's not even a grid. Like it's a bunch of weird streets.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a suburb, but playing the grid because it's tight. I can't.
And then we got 218th Street, then 218th Place, then 218th Lane. And then
all that shit. And then there's dashes and fucking hyphens and the address. Queens is weird. But yeah, we're here.
Whenever I tell someone my address, they're like, dude, is that your phone number? Like, what? How many numbers do you have? You put hyphens
numbers,
in
bro.
there and shit?
There's a goddamn contract you got to sign with your address. It's just so much shit. It's just weird.
It is very strange.
Confuses a GPS. Just fucks up a
yeah.
GPS. Like, remember before, like, your phone is pretty accurate now, but, like, remember the GPS you used to put in your car? It actually had, like, a Garmin or some horse shit, and you try to put a Queen's dash and everything. Like, what the fuck is that? It's not even no dashes on the thing.
MapQuest.
Yeah, man. Garmin must have just fucking tanked. Like,
Yeah,
what do they do
Garmin,
now?
The days of the Garmin. That shit was supposed to be like a lot. Truckers use it. And everybody, it gets you where you need to be. And
What's
then the phone
Garmin?
was like, what the fuck?
It was like a
It was a GPS thing.
system.
Came in a little box. You suction cup it on your car. The Garmin.
And now you just suction cup your phone to it and everything's in there.
Yeah, they made suction cups for your phone. No more Garmin.
Make
No more
suction
Garmin.
cups for everything now.
Poof, gone.
Didn't some article just came out and they said you were from Queens, but you're not? Like,
Absolutely. I was doing a show in Queens, but instead of using the guy that put the show on, they used me because I guess I was black and in the movie, I guess. so the paper would get more looks. Like, who the fuck am I? Like, it don't even it stop. But no, the guy that put it together, it was his story. But they put me on the front of the paper. So I was like, I'm not from Queens, everybody.
I'll take it.
Thanks. Yeah.
I guess any press is good
Go
press.
Long Island City. Like, it was like, what the fuck? It was okay. Yeah.
Free press.
So yeah. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit before, but how was stand up in the time of COVID?
I like it, man. I consider myself a pioneer of this shit because I came back June 12th. I started getting on stage June 13th. And I think it was all because Michael Che kind of summoned all the comics back. He started dropping these shows on the back of a truck in Long Island City. Like, he would be on the back of a truck. People just get in the parking lot, put little blankets out and whatever the fuck, and just listen to Che because Che got a draw. So Che was just like, I'm going to bring all my friends out, and we'll just have like a cool kind of summer camp going on. So when I got back, I got right back to it. And during quarantine, I was writing jokes anyway because I was like, well, you know, we'll see what the fuck happens. And when Instagram starts showing that people was coming back to New York City, I was like, I've been in the house with my mom for 10 weeks. I got to go. I'm 36 years old. Fuck. I got to get the up out, man. Tired of jerking off in secrecy. But nah. So yeah, it's been different. I mean, the elements is different. Everything changed. You can't, if it rains, you ain't got no show, right? That's the worst part. But getting heckled by bums and twerkers and tweakers and fucking and people slow down and they keep their music up and, you know, there's trash trucks and all this the wind, right?
The wind's heckling them.
Wind, but it's all funny though because you go, this is fucking crazy. Am I a junkie for this shit? Because I'm really standing outside. Like, I did a show, last week when it was chilly. There's people out there with skull caps on. So it's not as, it's tough, but if the crowd is banging with you, you got a show. And if they amplify it, whatever. It's like, all right, whatever. If there's a mic, it can be done.
So, like, COVID made
Stage
you...
God, Derek Gaines.
Did COVID make you realize how bad you just need comedy? Like, you're a junkie?
Well, I always needed it, but COVID showed me how much I love it.
Okay.
Because motherfuckers was... I'm depressed and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there like, again, I lost a lot of shit this year. We all lost a lot of shit this year. But I just didn't want to be pussy no more and just sit around. All that shit. Start doing a lot of acid, man. Start seeing shit for what the fuck it was. I mean, it is what it is. This is we got played a shitty hand, and we still got a shitty hand. And I'm black in America, so that's the shittiest fucking hand. But since everything is against me, fuck it. I might as well write these jokes and fight back. Can't cower out now. Shit, it's the end of the fucking world. Why not?
Makes
beautifully
sense.
put.
Beautifully put. True. So, like, how'd you get into stand up in general?
All right, so from a young age, I was always trying to be kind of funny. My mom told me I was very hammy as a child, and I was always mimicking cartoons. And in summer camp, I would always do a joke that my homies told me from school and try to doctor it up and put some Eddie Murphy on, whatever, whatever. And, I was in jazz band in high school, and then I was in a dance gang. I was in a dance gang in my 20s. I used
Wait, you can't just skip over that.
I was in it like
Tell us about the dance game.
Like remember when You Got Served came out? You remember that movie? I know y'all young. I'm old, so
No,
it's
or
like
Step Up, I think.
not Step Up. Step Up was the white one, right?
Well, yeah.
You Got Served was when B2K, these motherfuckers with Omarion, and they came together and made like the first dance battle movie. It was like the first of its kind. Like it was before the So You Think You Can Dance and fucking Step Ups and all when they put Chatham Fathom, whatever the fuck his name is.
Channing Tatum.
Was it Chatham Fathom? Chatham Squatham.
Chatham Blattam.
Or whatever the fuck his name, right? Him. So when he was cool, white guy to get that. No, when it was just the black boys and it was going up and Steve Harvey was the ref and it was basically think that, but before that came out, I want to say I started doing the moonwalk when I was 15? So it's like 2000.
Average age for
So that's
moonwalking.
like 2000. So I want to say 03. I joined with this clique, and it was like 13 of us called Face to Flame. And we used to battle motherfuckers in Philly, Jersey, and New York. That's true shit. And we just go to shelters and jams and all that shit. Like this underground world of poppers, lockers, and breakers and house dancers and all that shit. I actually got into that. And it was like, okay. But along the way, I found that stand-up was my other niche. And I kind of just went that direction because you don't really make money dancing fucking behind someone. And plus the whole epiphany of me doing comedy happened when I was like 19 years old. I was 18. I was at a jazz concert and I was playing behind a jazz saxophone player guy. He was a senior recital, right? So he's playing the saxophone. It's his concert, but he gave me a solo. So the solo gets to me, I'm playing, jamming, singing to the drums singing back. My mom, my girlfriend at the time in the joint, and the spotlight's on me. Crowd's going crazy, right? And I do whatever the fuck, I end my solo, but the spotlight goes back to the saxophone player. And I was just like, this is done already? Like, really? I had more shit. Oh, you got to be the dude in the front. You can't be the motherfucker in the back. So I'm like, all right, looks like I got to do something else. People always said I was funny. And then the day after I turned 19, I did my first open mic in Philly at the Laugh House on 2nd and Front Street. And then the rest was history. It was like, it just made all the sense in the world. I was like, oh, this is it. This is how you do it. It's just me up here with the mic. It sounds kind of selfish, but I think I can do this thing because I was watching Dave Chappelle. I was watching Kings of Comedy when I was in high school. So I was like, how the fuck do these guys do this shit? I got to figure it out. And then that's how it happened.
So, do you think, does anyone not bomb their first open mic?
Dave Chappelle said he did good
All
the
right,
first
well,
time.
you can take the greatest. And that's not
But
fair.
no. I hope that what I will say, if you bomb your first time, I don't know how a lot of motherfuckers feel, but I knew the first time I bombed, it wasn't that bad. I was like, that's it? All right, I get a boo and whatever. One girl giggled, and that's what kept me in the game. I just needed an inkling of vaginal sponsorship. Just an inkling. Just a tiny, just one little, what was it, a sponsor? You know how drunks and all that shit, they get sponsors?
Yeah.
Vaginal sponsor. A tiny, like a little, just a garnish. Here you go. It could happen for you. You made me, I said, God damn it, this might be the, all right. So I was like, if I get one giggle, I'm going to come back next week, get two. If I get two, I'm in. Last week I got two and a lot of bomb and a lot of booze, but I got two little goofy laughs. Did I get booed my first and second time? Nah, I didn't get booed. But from my third time on, it was Bomb City for at least a year. Yeah, I threatened with tomatoes. I got pennies thrown at me. I used to dress up. I used to, dig this shit. I used to fucking I used to replace curse words with rhymes that rhyme with curse words. So instead of fuck, it was truck. I used to say, get the truck out of here on stage like a whole asshole. Like, it was just like the things that I've seen. Like, I remember there was this comedy club called Rascals when I first started in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And I would go there and ask the owner if I could practice in the room by myself before the shows even started. Like, that's how committed I was as 20 years old to try to at least just get the feel of the stage.
Did that help?
Yeah, I guess it did because I started hosting at the Laugh House in my first 2 years. And then by 5 years, by my 5th year, I was featuring like on a regular. And that's where they was like, yo, you got to get the fuck out of here. You got to go to, New York and start all over again. I was like, what the fuck you mean start all over again? They was like, you got 5 years of hard shit with you, but New York is where they all be at. You don't want to be a local hero. You want to go try to be, go be something, because that's where it's all at. It's up there. Because they all talked about the cellar like it was goddamn Narnia or like the end of the Lord of the Rings, right before the niggas got picked up on the Eagles and shit. right there. They talked about the cellar like it was that. Like Colin Quinn was fucking Gandalf and Keith Robinson was blah, blah, blah. Like, and Kevin Hart went there because in Philly, Kevin was the hero. Like at that club, because that's the club he was birthed at. He was the hero. So everybody saw his move. He stayed there, got nice, then left to New York, blew up. So they was like, that's the thing. That's the Kevin Hart equation. You got to go do Philly, get hot here, then go to New York. And then I was like, all right, so my 5th year in, I was 24. So yeah, then I moved to New York City, and then I've been out here ever since.
And then what made you, well, not made you, but like how did then you transition into, I guess, movies in a sense?
All right. It was almost like that cliche, you go to Canada, get a deal shit. It kind of happened that way. Crossed the border, got on stage first night in the big little theater they got. That's the main stage for the whole Just for Laughs festival. And there was agents just lousy in the crowd. One of them came up to me, and she was hotsy totsy. She was from Beverly Hills. She was like, I like what you got. She was like, let's have a meeting. They sat me down. There was a bunch of white people with all these cool wine glasses and 18 forks per glass, like all the bullshit. They're coaxing me, patting my balls a little bit. Derek, we love you. So we love the biscuit. Get all that horse bull, all that shit. But we really think you can act. And, you should act because I see what you do with your sets, man. And you could act. And I was like, all right, whatever. So what I got to do to act? You got to start coming to L.A., man. I was like, oh, fuck. So that's going back and forth to L.A. I start picking up little gigs, and then I got some bigger gigs. And then I was like, okay. And then it was like, you're a pretty good actor. And I was like, I guess. Make some money. So, yeah. So I've been doing it. So I've been getting exciting roles to try to, So when I got the King of Staten Island shit, me and Pete had already been buddies. But he was like, you got to knock it out or you won't get it. So I was like, okay. Because he wasn't like, you're just going to get it because you're my friend. No, he made sure you could, because what's the name? Judd was in the room when I auditioned.
Who's that? What?
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow.
Oh.
Judd was in the room. It was them two.
Yeah.
All right, do the scene. I was like, fuck. And I was just like, turn up. And then, because I used all that comedy, all that the acting, all the broke-ass game shows and the Will and Graces and all the little goofy shows I was doing. Last OG, I just used that to, just to have that Kevin Hart moment in 40-Year-Old Virgin and try to knock it out the park. And I think it worked out, so it was good.
Yeah, and in a major motion picture, I'm sure they're not gonna like give you a role just because you're buddies. Like,
Nah,
you still gotta.
Not
you
on
still
Universal.
Gotta.
The Universal thing comes over, you be like, God damn, it's a real movie. Yeah, I was like, I'm in one of them. Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't fuck around. Yeah.
Did you ever use that as like? Did you ever use that as like street cred, like at a bar when you're talking to a girl?
No,
I was in,
you have to understand. Yeah, I was in the movie, but they all love Pete. I'm just glad I got a little money, got a little notoriety, whatever. I'm doing a shitload of podcasts in the pandemic. The movie came out while the world was shut down, so it was like I got all the luster taken out of it. So it was like it was kind of a humbling moment. Like, yeah, you in a movie, but don't nobody give a fuck. they around here hustling for toilet paper. Maybe next year, nigga. Like it's just like you got to kind of. I had to kind of just talk to myself tough. Like, yeah, man, you're in one, but now try to get another one so you can get all the luster back.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you this much, man. When I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, shit, it's Derek Gaines. Fucking yeah.
I'll fuck around. Thanks, man. Making me feel good.
Yeah.
Did you and Pete have some close calls in the fight or no?
No, he was cool. I punched him for real.
That's what I'm saying. That's a close call.
Yeah, I punched him, but he was like, keep acting fuck face. Because I was like, oh, shit, I really mean that you. Because I remember from other things I've done that, you got to fake it all. Like I remember I had an empty gun. I was doing Training Day had a show. Remember that? And then Bill Paxton croaked. Rest in peace. But on Training Day, I was a thief, and there was a scene where I had to rob two old rich white people, right? And I had the gun, but it had no clip in it. There was no bullet, and I put it on her knee just to act. And she spazzed the fuck out. No, metal to the skin. You can't. Right. So I was like, oh. So I thought it was like an actor's code. And then the gun dude came up. You got to have the gun 2 inches away from her kneecap and all this bullshit. So I was like, oh. So I was like, you really can't be really, physical. But then when I hit Pete, just keep acting. It was a good take. And Joe was like, yeah, it was a great take. Blah, blah. So don't second guess yourself, I guess. But that's why I did that.
What's the thing?
Yeah, so you're not allowed to.
The gun, when I had this, it was a real gun, but it had no clip. It was a skeleton, right?
Yeah.
So on camera, it looks pretty nice, but it was a dud. So I had the gun on her kneecap. Said, I'll shoot your wife in the leg or whatever, right? So she spazzes out. So the gun guy comes up, Hollywood regulation man, rule nigga.
Yeah.
Rule nigga came up, was like, you can't have the gun. You got to have it 2 inches away for television. You got to have the gun 2 inches away from the actor or something.
What if they have a scene
strange.
where they need it like pressed up against you?
I don't know. I
Well,
guess
that's a different.
fix it in
you
post.
need a different guy to come yell at you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's from smoke. That's not COVID. I cough, but it's from smoking.
Yeah, there really is. It's like every time you cough nowadays.
Coughing, new gunshot. It's the new gunshot.
Yeah.
Everybody's
You hear
like,
somebody
oh
cough in
shit.
the park, you be like, fuck. You got to get out of here, man.
Dude, whenever I sneeze, I feel like everyone's gonna beat me up or something.
Yeah, man. It's trying times. We're in trying times.
Even in line at like the grocery store, you're like,
Yeah, you try to hold it.
yeah.
Yo, and people will rat you out too. They'll be like, "Fuck this guy. He's got the Rona."
No, someone take his temperature.
Someone take his temperature.
But you know what? No one cares enough to leave their line on the grocery line. It's never cleared out a line. I never gotten further on the line from coughing. Everyone still stays there.
People, you see the motherfuckers have mild paranoia.
Yeah.
I've been watching this like, all right, COVID broke out, and then we all was in the house, and now everybody got glass shields. Like, that's really going to stop shit. But nah, mild paranoia. Mild.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, like, in there, the hospitals is cool. I got a nurse friend who say this shit.
Dude, the first day.
Niggas making out on the train again. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, you.
The first day, it literally did look like the world was over. The first day.
That was when there's like no toilet paper and shit.
No, I'm saying I'm saying
Like
the one time where there was like one roll left on the rack, and I was like, is this really happening? Like, do I have to? Because now I'm getting paranoid. It's like, do I really have to prepare? Because I need to wipe my ass too. So like, if there's no toilet paper, I'm out for a week.
Yeah, man.
Or there'll be like some squirrels on the street, and someone takes a picture and goes, "Nature has returned. We are the virus."
Even worse.
There's a show on National Geographic called Earth After People. It's pretty wild. Like Miami's gonna be underwater in 100 years. The monkeys are gonna take over New York.
Is it like some David
monkeys.
Attenborough shit?
Yeah, the monkeys taking over New York. The birds will come back. All the fish will get like everything. All the pollution kind of pushes itself out or some shit. It corners itself to a part of the ocean. I was watching this shit like, yeah, people fucked up. Because if we're not here for 100 years, the Earth will look like a fucking rainforest. They said the whole thing will look like a rainforest.
Which is crazy because we've been on it for so long, but yet 100 years without us, it would look like brand new. How is that? That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure it's like a Carlin bit. It's like we're not destroying the Earth. We're destroying ourselves. The Earth will be just fucking fine.
The Earth will be fine because
true.
you have to understand. I think it's only 100 years because niggas fart.
True.
You take out that many people, say there's no people. That's that's no seat. That's none of that shit going into the sky. That's one gas that's already fucked up. So if you take us out of that, fine. Then nobody's driving, fine. Then it's nobody's shit, nobody's eating, nobody's doing anything. Of course, 100 years. At 50, it'll probably look pretty good.
Is that true with the cow farts thing going up into
that's
the
like
sky?
No, that's like the big. It's
Methane.
not people farts. It's cow farts.
Cow farts, but people contribute.
People contribute.
No, I assume
People contribute to that methane shit, but methane gas, all
Yeah.
that cow farts.
No, I believe it.
I contribute.
And
But
we
it's
know
like
you contribute.
it's like the meat industry and shit because we eat so much meat.
Yeah.
Like how many? Don't we? Like each person eats like 2 cows a year or something.
Oh shit! Like 2 whole cows. If you're a meat eater, yeah.
2
Some
whole
goofy
cows.
Shit like
Probably
that.
more at least for like me and maybe you.
For Andy.
Cookouts. Just think about cookouts alone.
It's like half a
How
cow.
many cows
That's
you
it.
wiping out?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
There's a lot of animals.
That's a
here.
half a cow for you. Think about all the people at the party. So that's just this cattle. That's just cattle. You know,
Yeah.
that's a lot of cattle you putting cheese on.
That's true.
Yeah,
You need to-
it is
yeah,
true.
That's another thing I wondered. You ever go to
Because you need cheese from the same fucking cattle. So it's like, God damn. Oh my Lord, there's so much cow.
dude? If you go to like Costco or Stop and Shop or Walmart or whatever, you get a rotisserie chicken. They're like $5. I'm like, they raised this chicken from an egg for less, and then shipped it here and cooked it and everything for less than $5. What? How is that possible?
Crazy.
It is crazy.
They're selling it to me now.
Plump fucking chicken
Oh,
too.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
I have no idea how it fucking works, and
No, I'll tell you how it works. They inject all kinds of steroids and weird shit and Incredible Hulk gamma radiation to these fucking chickens. So when you get them, they look like beefy, meaty fucking, and you be like, oh, I'll get that. That's appetizing. Yeah, you know, it's just a circle.
Yeah, even when you go to the farms or like a petting zoo, like I'm sure like a real chicken probably looks much different than a chicken we're thinking.
It doesn't
about.
look this.
You know,
it's
not
this
all right, it's not like this, but you know, it's probably smaller.
Yeah.
They inject them sometimes so much where they can't even move, right?
They can't, their legs break, and they just got to sit on the ground. Yeah, I saw that. All them during quarantine, all them food documentaries. I got jokes about it. Like, God damn, there's so much. Ooh. I'm trying to get into the vegan shit. I'm doing all right, but it's taking time. I had a chicken sandwich today.
Sorry, instead of 3 chicken
Have
sandwiches.
you like tried any of the like Impossible meat?
That's
That
pretty
shit's-
good.
It's pretty good.
Still haven't had one.
It really is.
Oh man, I dated one of them fucking dated. No, I had familiar relations for a little while
Right.
with one of them veganisms, the ism. Like she had the whole ism. Like she went to a fucking class.
She had a PhD in it.
Yeah, she had to go to a meeting for vegetables and shit, like all that weird and not
They
having.
don't call it
eggs.
meetings though. It's got meat in it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
they wouldn't even. That's how weird it is.
Yeah.
It's like those lesbians that hate men. Same shit. It's meat man. Get away. You're a mammal eater. All this horse shit. It's like that. But no, so she was weird. That didn't last long.
Did
That
she
was
like?
real.
Did she try to guilt you did you like go "Ugh," every time you like ate meat?
Nah, we didn't really. It
wasn't-
like that.
it wasn't-
Nah, I was always over the house.
It
There was
wa-
never food involved.
It wasn't a breakfast hangout. It was a.
There you go. It was one of those. Yeah.
Did she ever like she made you food and she's at the end of the meal she goes, that was fake chicken. That was
No, it didn't get to making meals. I just bring some
Okay,
food,
all right.
eat,
Right.
you know. But I'd
Imagine
be
you did
like,
the other
"Good
way
for you."
around.
Or eat in the car, you know?
I support it. I used to go, I support you. Yeah, plant based. And I'm like, yeah.
Imagine you did the other way around though. You gave her a meal and it looked like some vegetables and you went, there was chicken in that.
But
bitch.
I have jokes about how here's the twist, fellas. She was a BBW. That's what fucked me up. She was a big girl. And I'm like, so I got a joke. I go, I got a joke where I go, I say on stage, I go, yeah, guys, I made love to a BBW vegan the other night. And the crowd go, what? I go, yeah, it's BBW vegan. And peep the irony. It's like, you know, she was, you know, vegan, but ironically, she was a big, beautiful woman. Like, and you can imagine some of the shit that I was thinking in my head when we was making love. I was like, must be her first day. She must be in for the bread, not the broccoli, nigga. This is, she is cheating. There's some dairy something going on because I don't give a fuck. Carrots don't give you thickness like this. I don't care. Kumquats or whatever the fuck y'all eating, quinoa, don't give that jiggle. I slap, that shit slap back. That's not vegetable. There's a ham in that ass somewhere. There's a big old ham ass. There's a meaty ass. You kiss my ass thinking, you must be in for the Oreos, bitch. Because this ain't. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's one of the, that's basically where it went though. It's like, come on, man. But anyway, that's the twist.
Man, I was at 7-Eleven today getting this Gatorade, and there was this woman, and she was with her kid, probably like 6 years old.
Okay.
And her kid looks at the tire, and goes, "Mom, you got dirt on your tire," and she goes, "Yeah, it's a tire." God, you're so dumb.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Call the kid down.
I mean, I'm
bless
sure,
him.
I'm sure I would call my kid dumb too, but not to his face. Like, God, you're so dumb.
Was you in the grocery store or wherever you was at?
Yeah, 7-Eleven. I was like,
She didn't
damn.
like that little motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't
She
know.
resented him for a
That's
couple
one of those
years. now.
honest moms. He gonna grow up and be something great or not.
I don't know. I think that's good parenting, man. You sometimes just gotta call your kid out. Your kid's not a perfect little angel.
I know,
he's
but
dumb sometimes.
I understand, but get
My grandma used to call me ugly, so I get it.
Oh no.
You
That's
gotta
a little
grow
much.
She was like, you got to grow into your nose a little bit more. Okay, little ugly motherfucker. Like, that's what it was. It was her way of doing tough love. It was weird. But, I come from a weird background.
Grandmas can be mean,
Grandmas can be mean, but you need that meanness in your life.
You do.
You do.
and they still cook good. So
And they cook good, take care of you, but they shit on you, so it's balanced.
good and the bad.
It's good and bad.
I used to hide under the table on my grandmother until the point where she would like call the police, thinking I ran away.
There you go.
Probably not the best looking back on it. I thought it
and
was
then what you
hilarious.
did? Just pop out and be like,
Yeah.
"Surprise, bitch! Like
Yeah.
I'm here."
Like, oh, the police are here. I went back under.
Oh
you know?
shit!
It's like, oh, this missing child's report.
Oh, that's not nothing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it got bad sometimes.
Wow.
You know what I was thinking about today? It just randomly popped in my head. But did you guys ever do the Bloody Mary thing as a kid?
Oh, when you turn the fucking lights off?
Yeah.
On?
You know what this is?
Nope. I
feel
do that
like
shit.
Our generation, I just feel like had a death wish or
I was
something.
like, nah,
Or like
man.
playing. You mean like it's like the playing with the Ouija board kind of thing?
Well, so you go.
No.
You're supposed to go in the bathroom, and there's like a bunch of different things, but one of them's like at 12 midnight, turn all the lights off, and stare in the mirror and say like Bloody Mary 3 times. You never did that?
Yeah, we
Nah, I never did it. And I know motherfuckers who did it, and they was
alive?
like, nah, and nothing happened. But I was like, why the fuck even play with that
Yeah,
shit?
it's the chance that it could happen is what stops me from
Dude,
doing.
we were just like 10 laughing in the face of death. I don't know why. We had death wish or something.
It all
generation.
evolves. Like that was more so supernatural. That was fun. I guess in
Yeah.
the 90s, all that shit was out. All the emo girls were sexy and all that bullshit. So you would do dumb shit like that. Now it's more just literal. Let's get to it. That's why the Tide Pods and the fucking drinking bleach shit and all that.
Yeah, let's
It was
just
like,
kill
cut
ourselves.
the Ouija board out. Cut the devil out, nigga. Let's just eat poison.
Yeah.
Let's start at 4 ounces of bleach.
Yeah.
Work our way up to
And
8.
work our way up to 8. Then we'll shoot it up.
That-
We'll tie off our arms together like a party and just, and then, that's what they want.
That Tide Pod thing was so fucking funny. It was such a problem. They actually had to release like ads
Yeah, they
of
needed
Rob
yeah.
Gronkowski to be like, "Please don't eat them."
It was so serious they needed a Patriots player
what
to
the
come
fuck?
out. You know?
Crazy. Like, you remember when they was putting alcohol on tampons and shoving it up their ass?
I think they're still doing
still
that.
don't-
the boof.
Crazy, bruh.
Yeah, the boofed it. The boofed it.
The boof.
Boof, that's
yeah,
what it's called.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd try it.
That's some smart shit to be dumb. You're
Right.
doing smarter shit to go be stupid. Like,
Yeah.
that's some real, we're going to dip this in here so
What's,
they can't check a breathalyzer.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's basically, you won't show up on a breathalyzer if you're shooting alcohol up your ass, but it goes straight into your bloodstream that way. Like, it goes directly, like.
it definitely
you
still
get
shows up a
drunker
little
quick.
on the breathalyzer.
You get it. I don't know. Maybe
Just not in your breath.
they be like, it's so faint because it's in your ass. Like,
Dude, I don't think.
the
I think
mouth
it-
is here.
You're
Your
trying.
ass is there.
He's
Like,
not-
how much can a breathalyzer get from all the way back there?
All right, sir, I'm gonna need you to fart on this breathalyzer.
Yeah, during that time they were like, no, we've seen this before. Turn around. You know?
Damn.
I feel like you're trying to rationalize it. I think these people just want stuff up their butts, man.
But yeah, But I heard you get drunk so much faster than
Yeah.
people was falling the fuck out, getting alcohol poisoning, all kinds of goofy shit. So yeah, well, I don't.
And no
understand
matter how
that.
much the science is explained to me, I don't really understand how it gets you drunk faster. You know?
I don't drink.
Right.
So
Right.
came in here and asked for a cup of water.
That's
As
true.
you say, yeah.
Straight vodka.
People would believe it the way I'm talking. Like, yeah, that's right. Like, it's all,
You think a lot of rappers are doing that? Like when they're pretending that they're drinking whole bottles of
I can believe it. I can believe some of it, and then then you hear some rappers talking about eating healthy and going vegan. I did a podcast with Chingy the other week. Chingy been eating clean since right there, so it's like
Yeah, isn't like fucking Waka Flocka vegan?
Waka Flocka's vegan. The Locks make juice.
Lost a lot of weight.
Nas is on his new album talking about drinking alkaline water and lemongrass, eating cherries. I'm like, dude, you the illmatic. Telling motherfuckers to eat cherries and drink alkaline water, like it's people getting old. And, all this shit. That's the sugar in the process. They try to get rid of it. I get it. I'm trying to. I don't drink sugary drinks no more. I just drink water.
Yeah, and you can't rap about drinking every night and then look like a lot of them are really fit now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the new.
It's
Yeah.
they all talking that shit
Yeah.
to the streets that still do it, but they not doing it. These niggas is millionaires, billionaires.
Yeah.
They wanna live to see the fruits of all that labor. And of course they not eating chicken every night. They getting chefs to cut them shit. They cutting like good nutritional
Yeah.
balanced meals. So of course,
And once you make a certain
niggas is rich.
once you make a certain amount of money, you want to live longer to use it.
Absolutely.
Right. So
I got to spend all this goddamn money, or at least give it to my other people, make enough so the next people to come through. So yeah, that's all an act. You know how many rappers I see sending their sons to college? You be like, okay. It's all words.
You're going to college. I thought the streets will tell you all you need to know.
Nah, they got the street. And then these dudes is putting their sons in college. They, these sons waking up. They got basketball scholarships, shit. Yeah, it's a lot of acting. That's why I like the younger guys because they be in the streets. And then Griselda, they been locked up. Like they done bids. They got fed rap. So it's like, okay, cool. Because I'm from the burbs. I would never do that. Never, ever. Never in my life. I'm spoon fed. Spoiled child, upper middle class, or middle class, upper middle, whatever the fuck. And I just like gangster rap. They're like my heroes. I go, these are good stories.
yeah, sure. You joined a dance.
Dang.
You tried to dance.
Way to bring that back. I wasn't voguing, you jackass. I was spinning on my head. I was popping and locking. I was getting in fights. I was getting women, all that. We was doing high schools trying to teach kids how to dance. I was making some money. Don't make it sound like I'm Travolta. This ain't the disco. It was still mean. Shit.
I didn't picture on rollerblades or anything.
Oh, okay, thanks, man. We used to go to the skating room, but we wouldn't put skates and we just dance off to the side and shit.
What time we got?
We got 45. We go a little more.
Yeah, sure.
We got
a little
at least got to talk about the jingle stuff.
Oh yeah. All right, we have to talk about the jingle.
I need to know if you hate it yet or not.
I don't hate it, but I hate that a lot of people forget that it's a racial epithet. It's a satirical joke about how the fuck white America and black America are very, very different. And but people forget it because it's such a catchy tune. But you can't be mad at it.
So catchy, dude. It's so catchy.
Everybody of every color likes it, so I can't be mad. Everybody, black people like it, white people like it, Mexicans like it, Asian people like it. So I go, all right, as long as everybody's on. It's like a Captain Planet song. Brings everybody together.
Explain if he's got a bit and it's got this jingle in it describing how white America, black America, the black commercials. It's got a jingle. It's amazing. You should go watch it.
Everybody's happy that mama done made them biscuits. Yeah, everybody fucking and the baby's gonna have himself a biscuit today. Yeah, it's carried me through my career. I fucking hate that this joke has single-handedly I hold on to it. Every time I was bombing, if I do that joke, I come back. Every time. Like, I bail on that joke. I fucking hate that joke because I was a pussy behind it for such a long time. Like, if it was going bad, do the biscuit thing and bring everybody back. Bop, that bullshit. And then I'll be looking in the mirror after like, you son of a bitch. You and that guy. That joke haunts me. It's like, did I do that? Like, that's what Steve was known. It's just like, do the thing. And if you losing, get him. Get him with the song instead. So what started happening was, being a comic, I'm my biggest critic. So I was all pissed off. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't want to be the dude known for the song. So I start shelving it, but people keep asking for the song, man. I'm like, God damn. I felt like Tyler Perry when people keep asking for Medea.
All right, you want
the same thing. How we started. We're gonna go around telling people where you are.
Okay, you can find me at dmore723 on Instagram.
That's right, boy. Derek Gaines, the great boy on Instagram, TheGreatBoy. And watch The Last OG of King of Staten Island. It's out now on everything. Oh, and listen to my podcast, No Need for Apologies, with Monroe Martin on Gas Digital, iTunes, and YouTube. No need for apologies.
And we'll have all that pop up. Boom, boom, boom.
Cool.
JT Holden 97 on Instagram, and that's a great Instagram handle, by the way.
The Great Boy.
Oh yeah, I was there when Instagram first started, kids. I was there the day it was the thing. I was at a Philadelphia comedy club, and it was like, what is this new app, Instagram? What? Let me press on it. Put pictures up and be fun and share your pics and fake the front. Oh, all right. Instagram. What's your handle? The Great Boy. I was like, because I was calling myself that because I used to be a janitor. Long story. But yeah, The Great Boy, I was the first one to get it, and I've been holding to it. It was pretty cool. Because I was there when Instagram first started. It was pretty wild. I'm old.
I am jealous of people that have like the really like flowy Instagram names.
Yeah.
Without like, it's not like The Great Boy 1,
Great Boy.
Exactly.
Easy. I
Smooth.
got that shit when it first started. I was like, that's it. Bang. And then I held it down.
All right, right. And you can find me at Ant Prisco. Can't forget to follow.
Pick Your Boys podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and do all the other shit. Follow us on our gaming channel, and that's it.
And thank you again for coming. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Derek Haynes.